Hello, good afternoon. This is Sana Kokar, and I'm the Deputy Manager and looking after the Pharmaceutical and Cosmetics in Trade Development Authority of Pakistan. And on request of our CC Kenya, we have arranged this webinar so that the Kenyans I can introduce and tell us about the GMP certification and how the registration procedure is going on in Kenya, so the exporters may have knowledge about it and they may have applied for the registration and they can enter in that market too. So we are going to start our forum with the recitation of our Holy Quran, and I'm going to recite some verses from the Holy Quran. Sir, may I? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah.
So let's introduce our all the worthy exporters over there, and I appreciate all of them that they have taken out their precious time to us to attend the webinar, and so that they may have fruitful information about the Kenyan market regarding the pharmaceutical products. And for that, today we have two briefings. One briefing would be from Mr. LD Khan, who is the Commercial Counselor at Nairobi, Kenya. And another briefing will be from Mr. Morris, who is the representative from the Alpha J3 Limited, who is also from the Kenya, and he will brief us about the GMP and the registration procedures in Kenya, so that pharmaceutical companies may have knowledge about it. So, sir, over to you. I would request you to please give some briefing about the Kenyan market, so we may proceed to the Mr. Morris, who can brief us about the GMP and registration procedures. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome all. Assalamu alaikum, our Pakistani manufacturers and exporters, and welcome to our Kenyan manufacturers and importers, and as well as we have our Pakistan High Commission Tanzania, Mr. Bilal. So everybody is more than welcome. And after that, Mr. Morris will brief you technically that what are the requirements, how the Pakistani companies should do, how they can proceed further. Because Kenya is a very good market. Before, when I reached here in 2020, only 4 Pakistani companies were registered and enabled to export their products to Kenya. And after 2.5 years, this time we have around 17 or 18 Pakistani factories who have been GMP certified, and some of their products have already been registered. However, we have very cordial relations with the Kenyan Pharmacy Board, and we have Mr. Excellency Mr. Morris over here. He is a very big and a very proficient dealer, and he has very good relations with the Pharmacy Board as well. And if Mr. Alan from the Pharmacy Board join us, he will also brief you. And I'm to tell you one thing more, that almost the requirements of the Kenya is same as for the Tanzania. So that's why we have put both the countries together, because not only Tanzania, but in the whole of East Africa, with the little changes, the requirements of the pharmaceutical importations are same. So we are here to clarify each and everything, whatever you want to ask. First, I will request Mr. Morris to brief you people in detail that how he can help us, what should be our modus operandi in the future days, that we can diversify our export and our drugs and products to the Kenyan market. Thank you, Mr. Morris. Please.
Hello, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon in Pakistan. Oh, good afternoon in Pakistan, and good morning for those listening to me from Kenya and Tanzania. I am happy Mr. LD Khan, who have invited me to this meeting, and because we want to develop a robust trade relationship with the Pakistan manufacturers and Kenyan pharmaceutical traders. We are looking at doing a big joint healthcare provision between Kenya and Pakistan. And that's why we have come in, and I, as one of the pharmaceutical operators in this country, and also a member of a committee of experts at the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, took it up with Lake to improve this relationship between our distributors and Pakistan manufacturers. Now, we have a window that has been created, or which we have created between myself and members of the board. And we were trying to see that before the next financial year kicks in, we wanted to do as many as possible. And this one is specifically only for Pakistan manufacturers. We are not doing any other countries at the moment. You see, the COVID cases have been affecting. But between myself and the board members, we were arranging that between the month of September, going on to the month of October, we can send a team of inspectors to Pakistan to conduct as many GMP inspections as possible. Now, all above, hello? On top of that, sorry, there's a bit of interruption.
Okay, let me check, sir. But you may please carry on. We can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. Oh, fine. Perfect. Now, for this process, what is required at the board as at the moment is to the application for GMP. You can either apply it online, or you can either come through LDCAN, or you can contact me directly. Inspection fee is normally $4,000 US. I hope it doesn't go up next year. They were planning to put it up to $5,000 US because of the traveling problems that we are experiencing at the moment. But it's $4,000. If this can be paid in advance, we want the first team to leave around mid of September. There's a checklist that we'll send out. Hello? There's a...
So please carry on, we can hear you.
Okay. There's a checklist that normally we send out. We call it site plan. We'll send out to all those manufacturers who have paid for GMP inspection, so that it helps them to put the documents together, so that when these inspectors come to your place, it takes them a short time to go through. Okay. Then after that, we have introduced a window for most Pakistan manufacturers that once the GMP has been paid for, we will encourage manufacturers to put in those products that they want to. If you want, we'll assist to tell you which products in the market are in high demand. You see that the market in Kenya is not only scheduled for market in Kenya. What happens is countries around East Africa, that is Burundi, Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, Congo, Sudan, they depend on Kenya on most of registered products. So when you register a product in Kenya, what you have to know is the market is still wide. You will sell these products in Kinshasa. I was in Kinshasa about 2 months ago, and actually I found that they are buying most of the products that have been registered in this country. So you can expand the trade beyond the borders of Kenya. So you'll not be limited in Kenya alone. Hello? Okay, and another thing I wanted to say,
Somebody's mic was on, I did it off. Please carry on.
Oh, okay. Now, we want, like there's a new joint IGAD. There's the new joint IGAD, where all products, any product registered probably in Kenya will be allowed to be sold in Tanzania and what. So this joint cooperation actually expands the market. You see, it makes the market more bigger than what we have as at the moment. Now, my advice is, like in African countries, the government is always the biggest consumer of drugs, because most governments are actually funding their drug supplies for their government hospitals. And I've always encouraged people that KEMSA, being like one of them, is the biggest trader, but they have restriction on what products can, because like people who are asking me in Pakistan, now I want to supply KEMSA. I say, you cannot supply KEMSA, a product that is not registered in the country, a product that has not been, a product from a farm or a manufacturing plant that has not had a GMP certification in Kenya, unless they have WHO, Geneva. Are we together on that? Now, to fast track products, like in this, like what I've discussed with the LD Khan, to fast track these products, the moment they are doing, you apply for GMP. I will advise those who have already done, paid, that you load the doses of products you have to register. So then this one moves it ahead. Personally, I'm involved somewhere, but I won't talk now until people show their interest. Okay? Hello? Are we together?
Yes, we are together, sir. Sir, there is a lady who has raised her hand. She wants to ask something. So if you allow us, she can ask question right now. And if you are not comfortable, then she can ask the question in our question answer session. Whatsoever is feasible.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Miss Siham, you wanted to ask something? Please unmute your mic and ask the question.
Ask the question. We are waiting.
My apologies. It was a mistake that I clicked that. I'm so sorry for the interruption.
Okay, sir, there's a question in a chat that is from Hasib Khan, and he wants to have the information of the website of the health department of the country, means Kenya. So if you have the website of health department of Kenya, please provide us that website so we can share with the exporters.
Okay, the website is called Pharmacy, or you do it. Oh, that will be shared.
Okay, noted, sir. Noted, sir.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah.
अच्छा सर मैं आप लोगों को मिस्टर मॉरिस विल टॉक अगेन मैं थोड़ा सा आप लोगों को ब्रीफ कर दूं क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर पाकिस्तानीज सर आज हमने ये जो वेबिनार वी हैव अरेंज्ड दिस द सोल एम ऑफ द वेबिनार इज दैट एक तो बात ये है कि मैं तफसीलन जो रिपोर्ट है कंप्लीट डिटेल एंड कंप्रिहेंसिव रिपोर्ट आई विल शेयर इट विद मिस सना एंड शी विल शेयर द सेम विद यू पीपल that what are the formalities involved in the registration of GMP, drug registrations, and how you can access the Kenyan market. This is one thing. Second thing, आपने पूछा कि pharmacy board का यहाँ पे जो DRAP का counterpart है, that is called Pharmacy and Poison Board of Kenya. उसमें website, relevant officers के number, उनके email सारे दर्ज हैं, so you can easily access that. Now, जो बेसिक मकसद है हमारा कि the potential is too much in the Kenyan market, but how access this market? तो हम क्या करने वाले हैं आगे दिनों में इशू ये है सर कि जब आप GMP के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं उस पे 2-2.5 साल 3 साल लग जाते हैं जब आपके पास इंस्पेक्टर्स आते हैं तो हमने ये किया है विद द कोऑर्डिनेशन ऑफ मिस्टर मॉरिस कि हम जो है ना अगले महीने या इससे अगले महीने इंस्पेक्टर्स को लेके आते हैं जब उनको लेके आएंगे तो जिसने GMP सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए अप्लाई की होगी उनके वेबसाइट पे यानी आप डायरेक्ट वेबसाइट पे अप्लाई करेंगे ठीक है तो यानी 5 कंपनीज होंगी 10 होंगी 20 होंगी व्हाटएवर द नंबर ऑफ द कंपनीज मे बी तो उनको ये फायदा मिल जाएगा जो काम 2 साल बाद होना है तो हम उसको अगले 1-2 महीनों में कर जाएंगे एक बात तो ये है दूसरी बात ये है कि आई विल शेयर द कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल ऑफ मिस्टर मॉरिस हिज फोन नंबर एंड ईमेल like although I am also available but he is more proficient he is more technically sound all of you will be in coordination with Mr. Morris, and whatever problem you are having, he will be available to guide you to how to register, which products you should go for the registration, which products have more demand in the Kenyan market. Ab jis tarah se, he told us that in the Kenyan, the government is the big buyer of the products. और वो बाई किस तरह से करते हैं, वो थ्रू केम्सा करते हैं, और केम्सा किस तरह से करते हैं, वो अपना टेंडर जो है ना अखबारों में देता है। आप टेंडर पे डायरेक्ट अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते हैं अनलेस एंड अनटिल आप जीएमपी सर्टिफाइड ना हो, आपके रिक्वायर्ड ड्रग्स यहाँ पे रजिस्टर्ड ना हो। सो यानी सबसे पहला जो स्टेप है, आपने जल्द से जल्द अपनी जीएमपी रजिस्ट्रेशन फार्मेसी बोर्ड पे करनी है, ताकि इंस्पेक्टर्स आपके पास आ जाए जिस लाइन की आप करना चाहते हैं। तो अगर आपको किसी मार्केट का, किसी ड्रग का पता नहीं है, तो ही विल बी हियर टू गाइड यू। जिस तरह से मेपल फार्मा का के साहब आए थे पिछले दिनों, ही गॉट फुली इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द केनियन मार्केट। सो ये बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन है। डिटेल रिपोर्ट में आप लोगों का ज्यादा टाइम जाया नहीं करूंगा, डिटेल रिपोर्ट में भेज दूंगा, आपके लोगों के पास आ जाएगा। अगर आप लोगों का कोई क्वेश्चन हुआ इस वक्त, तो आई एम हियर एंड मिस्टर मॉरिस इज हियर एंड आवर तंजानियन हाई कमीशन इज हियर, सो वी आर हियर टू क्लैरिफाई यू एवरीथिंग।
Sir, I have a question. May I?
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to know that how many Pakistani firms of pharmaceuticals are already registered in Kenya and exporting to Kenya right now?
Okay, as per my information, up to 20 firms have been registered over here. 17 or 18 companies have GMP registration, but only 11 or 12 have product registration over here. And this time, मतलब अगर किसी कंपनी के प्रोडक्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन हो चुकी है, जो कि 11-12 कंपनीज हैं, तो वो सिर्फ only they can export to the Kenyan market. This is the figure which I have.
Right, sir. Whatever the procedures, GMP procedures are for the pharmaceutical, are the same for the cosmetics and the beauty products too?
We have a bit on the cosmetic issue. There's what we call listing. So we are listing cosmetic issue based on a bit of clinical studies, but it does not go the rigorous way, like the way other pharma products will do.
Right, sir. So there are more questions in our chat box. Do I need to ask now, or
Hello.
carry on? Yes, Mr. Adnan, you want to ask something?
Yes, madam, I want to ask something. First
Please
of
go
all,
ahead.
I would like to thank our High Commission in Nairobi, Kenya, and all the partners who helped to arrange this magnificent online Zoom, this gathering. My question is that, I've been traveling to Kenya since a very long time, and but the problem is that the registration nowadays in Kenya is taking too much time. So this is an issue, at times it has, for my ex-company, I remember, हमें 5 साल हो गए, but we did not get the registration. We were told that it is because of some delays. I don't know why, but even after the passage of 4 years, we did not get any registration, not even a notification about why this delay is happening. So this is, I want to clarify that why this process is so slow.
Okay, there is I can actually bring this to your attention, because I can see many people are asking a few other questions. I'll go through the registration. Actually, we had a process. The process was migrated from the previous systems to a completely new system at the moment. But the loading of dossier was also changed. Now, most companies did not meet. They were submitting PDF files. You get it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it became so much problem, because, like, let me say, as an evaluator of a dossier, I want to look at probably clinical review only. But if you look, you see the presentation that was given, there were piles and piles and piles of PDF interlocked. I don't know how to explain. I'm not very good in IT. Now, to look for one subject, it will take almost a whole day scrubbing through the dossiers to find that page. But now the new system that they've introduced, you can only present the dossier in a Word form. So I only need to click at that particular title or like at a particular subject and then review. Are we together? Now, another
Yes, sir.
thing, people don't realize that when you are submitting a product for registration, like let's say, common products, like let's say amoxicillin or paracetamol, there are about 100 companies who have submitted the same. There are about 50 or 100 other companies that have already managed to have their products registered. And they are not even in the market. They have not even brought them in the market. So the queue for that amoxicillin is very long. But then you go and probably want to register a product like let's say, and like a cancer product. You would find that there are very few companies that have actually put in that registration. You get it? So it's quick to evaluate those products faster than they will do amoxicillin, which has a queue of about 100 suppliers. Now, that is one. Another thing is, on the Pakistan issue, because of the understanding between ourselves and the Pakistan High Commission in Nairobi, I have decided to personally push this. If a product has been submitted for registration or for product evaluation, contact me. I'll follow it up.
सर आपने बात सुन ली ना कि जो आपका इशू है आपने कहा कि 4-5 सालों से आपका इशू फार्मेसी बोर्ड में स्टक हुआ है so what we will do I will share Mr. Morris number just now so you can directly establish coordination with him whatever is the problem and if it is solvable he will provide his assistance to solve the problem and will inform you accordingly.
Very right, sir. Sir, there is another person, Mr. Nayyar Sayyed. He wants to ask a question. So if you allow, he can ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please, Mr. Nayyar, unmute your mic and ask your question. Mr. Nayyar?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Okay, my question is regarding the procedure for registration of medical devices. Is it a different procedure for registration of medical devices in Kenya? And if so, what's the difference and how long does that take?
Now, when it comes to medical devices, there's a completely different department that deals with medical devices and one that deals with drug devices. So you will submit application the same way that will be done. If you go on our website, on the Pharmacy and Poisons Board website, you'll always see, they will explain to you what to do when it comes to the medical devices, what is defined as a medical device. Are we together?
Yes, we are. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Sir, there is
So it's a different, there's a different department that does that and evaluates medical devices.
Sir, after sharing your number, the companies will contact you directly so that you can guide them in detail too.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Sir, there is another Miss Maria who wants to ask a question. Miss Maria, please unmute your mic and ask your question.
Good afternoon. I hope I can be heard.
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
we can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Maria Rizvi, representing Pharmatech Karachi, Pakistan as Director Regulatory. We have a few products registered already in Kenya, and recently Pharmatech was inspected, audited for GMP. So my question is, if an organization, a company has already a GMP inspection and now has applied for renewal of GMP, will the inspection be required each time you go for GMP renewal?
That is the norm. That is the norm. Inspectors will still come to re-inspect.
Okay, thank you. That's just.
But so do you have a GMP inspection from Kenya?
Yes, it was done in when? January this year.
But then yours is still valid.
GMP certificate is awaited. When is the validity of this? It's 9. Till 19.
Yeah, their
March
GMP was
19.
March
March 19.
January. So their GMP certification is awaited.
Oh, have you received your GMP certificate?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not
If
yet.
you privately send, because I saw something, because of the COVID situation, most people writing reports are working from out of the office. What we can do is send me the name, then I'll follow it up.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll
जिसमें
do that.
शेयर कर लिया
Yes.
तो आप अपनी कंपनी का नाम पूरा जो डिटेल है कब हुआ है तो ये आप इनके साथ शेयर कर लें he will follow it up.
Okay, so how will we get the email address? You'll be uploading that?
Yeah. I'll give you my email address as well. Yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Please lower down your hand. And I will request Mrs. SSG to ask the question and lower your hand as well.
Hello, this is Yusra speaking from Asian Continental. Sir,
Please
I
carry
have
on.
a question for you. You mentioned that the inspection team will be coming to Pakistan in September or October. So the process for, applying for that is through the website?
You can do that through the website. You can contact LD Khan. We can help you from here.
Okay, so or either we can directly contact you through your number or like, is it through the website like that?
You can contact me through the number if you're struggling. Then I'll advise you on how to go ahead to do the payment.
Okay, okay. Thank you
Or
so much.
you can get in touch with the, LD Khan can provide the list and people who can submit the money through the embassy. Then I'll personally go and submit the payment to the board.
Okay.
Sir, can I propose something?
Yes.
Sir, after getting the complete information from Sir LD Khan, we can float an email to all the pharmaceutical companies. So whosoever
Yes.
will be agreed for the GMP certification and the GMP inspection, they will follow the
Yes.
complete procedure which will be provided by the LD Khan sir. And after getting the complete details, the list of those companies will be shared with you directly and with Sir LD Khan too.
Correct.
So that would be the proper
Yes.
channel so that you have the complete information about the companies.
No problem.
Thank you so much, sir.
So another thing, LD Khan is going to share the Pharmacy and Poisons Board website.
Right, sir. And I definitely.
When you go there, you can scroll down to the product registration. They will all give you details of what is required.
Noted,
but what I want to do is to make sure that before mid of next month, I want to get as many people so that I can force the inspectors to leave.
Very right, sir. Sir, after the conclusion of this webinar, I will contact LD Khan sir and we'll discuss this matter with him.
And this is another advice that I really want to give is when you have the GMP and your products registered in Kenya, I say the government is the biggest buyer, it's not only the biggest buyer, it's also the biggest advertiser, because they will take probably if you win a tender of sub-tenders now, they are doing frameworks of 2 years. So you could probably win something that you'll supply over almost 500 or almost 1 million packets of a particular product. So that means your product will be seen in different hospitals around the country. And most people have realized that about 70% of customers actually go to the chemist to ask a product that was given to them at the hospital. So that is the best way to get into the market, because then your product would have been seen all around the country.
Very right, sir.
Yeah.
There are some other people who want to ask the question. So I would request Mr. Imran Haider to unmute his mic and ask the question.
Hi, Mr. Morris.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah.
Oh, good afternoon.
It's good afternoon, yeah. So I have one question, Mr. Morris, that my company is GMP inspected from Kenya, and we are in the process of the registrations.
Yes.
Tell me one thing, is there few molecules which we registered in Kenya and we are able to market that product or that molecules in other countries of the Kenya, just like Tanzania, Rwanda?
Yeah, that is what, but that is where the joint I think the consular will tell us more that
Or-
is
or-
he knows
or-
the trend. All
or we
products
need-
registered
or-
in Kenya.
Yeah, or we need a separate registration, product registration in that countries also.
And you can answer that.
जी आपका जो क्वेश्चन है सर मैंने बताया कि almost the registration process is same is in all other 5 East African countries, although there is little bit changes. If anybody fulfill the requirements of Kenya, it means that he can easily fulfill the requirements of all other countries. Like for example, Burundi, you can easily export to Burundi, just sell. थोड़ा बहुत वो करना और उनमें मतलब थोड़ा बहुत वो चल जाता है। मैं उर्दू में बता रहा हूँ कि कीनिया का जो लैंडस्केप है वो जरा सख्त है, अगर आप उसको पूरा कर लेते हैं। बाकी जो कंट्रीज हैं तंजानिया के अलावा, ठीक है, बुरुंडी, एरिट्रिया, रवांडा, युगांडा, उनमें इतने मतलब प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं है और मार्केट भी अच्छा है।
Right. So my question is that for every country, definitely we need a product registration. It's not exempted. For example, if I'll just give you the example of one of there's a region CIS, that EAEU, right, in which you register your product in one country, so you are able to promote that product or market that product to the other countries. So over here, this is not this in Kenya. Once we registered the product in Kenya, so there is no that facility that the molecule is registered over there, so we are able to market in the other countries of the Africa. So for every other country, we need to register the product over there also. Is it?
Okay, let me clarify this. There's a treaty that has come under East Africa Community. East African. A product registered in Kenya can be sold in this other country.
Okay.
Are we together? Yes.
Yeah.
Now the thing
which
is,
are those? Which are those countries?
They've not really harmonized, but I think it's coming into effect in September.
Like as he told you, that at this point of time, that if you register your product in Kenya, in the future, the treaty is going to be signed very soon. You will be able to sell that very product in all other East African countries, 7 members. Okay, but it will take some time, 3, 4 months or 5 months. We don't know exactly. But at this point of time, you have to register in each and every country separate.
Okay, now that's the point. Yeah, we are on the same page now. Okay, currently it's not like that. Okay, yes. Thank you, Mr. Morris. Thank you, Mr.
And I would request Mr. Shahid to unmute your mic. Mr. Shahid, please unmute your mic and ask the question if you have any.
Okay, I'm audible.
Yes,
now.
you are.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Mr. Morris, for and of course TDAP for organizing such a interactive session. I am Shahid Wafoor from English Pharmaceutical Industry, Pakistan, Lahore. We have like one question that can you share the parameters of inspections so that if there is some hiccups and ifs and buts, so one can arrange before the arrival of these inspectors to Pakistan?
Sorry, can you just come up again? You're a bit low. I was not getting you clearly.
I said that can you share the parameters of inspection before the arrival of inspectors?
Yeah, that is what I had said earlier. I've got the document printed out to be here. You can see.
Okay, this is we can get from the website.
You can on the web. This one we develop. We call it a CGMP audit plan. So we'll give that to you in advance so that you can prepare the documents.
Okay, CGMP audit club.
Yes, audit plan. So that gives you what we do in day 1, day 2, what we would want to go, because most inspection will take 2 to 3 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That one we'll always give you in advance. I'll share a copy of it so that you know which documents to prepare.
Definitely, we can work it out. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Adnan, you want to ask some other question?
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, if you allow me for 2 minutes, there is one person from Tanzania. He wants to explain a bit about the Tanzanian requirements, if you allow him.
Please go ahead, sir, please.
Please, Mr. Mohammad Tahir.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum everyone and good afternoon. My name is Tahir. I'm working with Hardee's as a head of strategy and operations. I'm in Tanzania from last 10 years. I can say most of the regulations, whatever our people are looking from Pakistan, I can help them out to get registered the products or explain the procedures if you are looking something. Currently, we got the news that TMDA teams are going for inspection in Pakistan, and some of the companies are already received the notification through their LTRs. If anyone has any question regarding Tanzania, so I'll try my level best to answer with my best knowledge.
Is there anyone who wants to ask the question to Mr. Tahir about the Tanzanian market?
Yes. Yes. Tahir, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I think since we all know our own language better, that I know I'll tell all the participants here that I know Mr. Tahir since a very long time, and it was about 14 years back when he first visited Tanzania, and he struggled a lot, and now he has become the head of strategy in Hardee's. Okay, Tahir, my question is that Tanzania, the pace of registration is getting slower. You know, just 2 years back, it was doing very well, but now again, it has come down. And my other question is that what I have seen is that not many companies are now, striving for getting registration in East Africa market is because of the knowledge. So in this regard, my personal request is that we must arrange some delegations kind of a thing so that the people could visit the countries like Tanzania. At the same time, anybody from officials of the ministry like TMDA would visit from PPB, the Kenya, Mr. Morris is there. They can visit Pakistan, and then we can have a meeting where they can brief the company's representative about how to, penetrate in these markets. So my question, these are my questions. First is from Mr. Tahir, and the other one is from our officials and authority, like TDAP and our missions in Tanzania and Kenya. Thank you.
Firstly, thank you so much, Mr. Morris and LD Khan, and all the officials from Tanzania and Kenya. They have arranged this wonderful forum to explain. And thank you so much, Adnan Bhai. It is all the respect I have for you since long time. You guided me a lot. And it is the question which you have asked, it is for everyone. You guys, all the Pakistani companies need to understand the live zone or upgrading their dossiers before submission with the guidelines of the respective country. Tanzania is having, you can say, the strongest regulatory authority, you can say, in East Africa. We have the window of EAC, East African Community, but even after getting the registration under the EAC umbrella in Kenya, you have to get your product registered in Tanzania so far. As Mr. Khan has elaborated that the collaboration is going to come up, it will take little more time. But what is happening, why people from Pakistan are getting back-to-back queries, that is more important to understand. Whenever you are coming in export, you are preparing the dossiers, you need to take a reference from your past registration you have ever get from any country. You have to go through whatever the queries related with administrative queries or related with safety or related with any other critical query. What did you receive? And as per the query, what answer did you explain to just address that query? You need to upgrade into the dossier and then send to the respective country. It is either in Kenya or Tanzania. What has happened, as per my experience, people are very determined to get product registered, but they do not complete the work before coming or before submitting the dossiers in Tanzania or Kenya. And thereafter they start pushing up. Whenever we are making the understanding with the regulatory authorities, they raise any query related with safety profile, related with administration, related with product APIs. It takes 2 to 3 months from the company side to respond the query. So ultimately in Tanzania, you need to understand we have 4 quarters, and in TMDA, every quarter is sitting for the regulation, and they are evaluating the queries or the dossiers. Then if the queries are properly addressed, they can move forward. If all products are complying with their queries and the requirement, then they can give the registration. If the query has raised now, like in September, third quarter is going to end, and you are going to take another quarter to respond, it is going to be evaluated in the first quarter of the January. So somewhere in March, you will get the response. So how can we expedite? We can't expedite. So the best work is, I advise to all my Pakistani people, respective people, kindly liaise with your regulatory and take a reference from any of your previous registration which you got anywhere of the world. Because as far as I know, all the regulatory authorities everywhere in the world are improving. They are coming up with new guidelines. Those are quite strict, quite specific. So ultimately, you got the registrations from any country, you received some sort of queries which you have addressed with your documents. Please add on the documents in your new dossiers, which is you are going to submit in Kenya or Tanzania, which can expedite the process of the registration, and you will get the registration faster without facing any hassle. If you are following the previous criteria, trust me, it is not going to work. You will spend the money and finally it will frustrate you.
Thank you so much, Tahir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tahir Saab. As far as the other question of yours is concerned, so Adnan, let me tell you one thing, that we have earlier discussed that an inspection team from Kenya will visit Pakistan in September or in October. So definitely we will invite Mr. Morris and his team as well, so that he can visit Pakistan and see how the companies of pharmaceuticals are working there. He definitely will visit the companies in Karachi, Lahore and Islamabad. And after that, hopefully, after the inspection, inshallah, many companies will be able to export in Kenya and the other African countries too. I hope your question is clear now.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Miss Maria, you want to ask something?
Yeah, thank you for giving me the floor. Tahir sir, this is Maria from Karachi, Pakistan. We would like to know that if the company, the organization had been recently audited, inspected by Kenyan authorities, this is regarding GMP certification. So would Tanzania do the same? I mean, if the GMP certification renewal had been applied at the same time and Kenyan inspectors came, so would Tanzania still come and do the inspection?
So, let me reply. So yes, ma'am, both have different mechanism. Tanzania renewal will be on the Tanzania side, while the renewal on the Nairobi side will be on our side. So registration and renewal of both countries are different.
Yeah, I want to add
talking
on.
about GMP inspection, not registration, product registration, GMP.
Yes, Ms. Maria. LD Khan, thank you so much. Can I even explain?
Yes, please.
Okay, both are the different countries, as he explained. Both have different regulatory guidelines. Under the EAC, if you want to take it, you cannot consider at this time until unless the collaboration has happened. If a company or if a GMP unit has already audited and approved by Kenyan authority, similar unit is going to be audited by the Tanzanian authorities. The fee you need to submit separately. From your LTR, local technical representative, you are going to receive the areas of inspection, what TMD is going to do. So accordingly, you can take you can do the preparation for the inspection, and thereafter you get the report. If your plant can comply, you will be approved for manufacture for Tanzania.
And what would be the timeline, let's say, after submission of the fees? What do you think would be the timeline for the Tanzanian ministry to come and do the inspection?
Before COVID, they usually go 1 to 2 times in Pakistan, depends on the request of inspections. Unfortunately, as COVID has arrived, it is the first visit after 2019. So they are going to Pakistan after, I think, 2.5 or 3 years.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tahir sir.
You're welcome.
I would request Messrs. SSH to ask the question. And please raise down your hand as well.
Good day, Mr. Morris. This is Shahriar from Asian Continental Pharmaceutical Pakistan. Is this official fees $4,000 US, and how can we pay in advance? Is there any official account number?
It's official. If you go to the company website, I think they offer how you can pay from abroad. It's an official fee.
Okay. So is there any account number?
There is an account number. It's on the website.
Okay, through the website. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
If you go to the website, the whole detail is available there.
It's available.
How you will deposit and how you will send the fee.
Right. Thank you so much.
I'll just take this call for a minute.
Is there anyone who wants to ask a question, or shall we
David,
continue?
Can I ask one question?
Yes, please, Adnan.
Okay, my question is for Mr. LD Khan साहब. खान साहब, बहुत फिर मैं आपका शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि आपने इतना जबरदस्त सेशन आपने अरेंज किया है. एक देखें यहाँ पर जो प्रॉब्लम है, जो हमारे यहाँ पर जो जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, कंपनीज, उनको प्रॉब्लम जो फेस करना पड़ रही है, वो है ट्रांसफर ऑफ रजिस्ट्रेशन फीस फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान. आपको पता है कि पाकिस्तान से आज जो करंट जो सिनेरियो बन रहा है, जो सिचुएशन है, उस सिचुएशन में भी ट्रांसफर करना पैसा वो बहुत एक हेल ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम, चाहे वो रजिस्ट्रेशन की मद में हो, चाहे वो इंस्पेक्शन की मद में हो. तो उसके लिए कोई ऐसा कोई वे आउट आप लोग सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं, कोई ऐसा कर सकते हैं अपनी इंडस्ट्री को, कि ताकि लोग जो है इस एक हैसल से निकलें और स्मूथली जो है ये अपना पेमेंट ट्रांसफर का प्रोसेस मल्ला तय कर रहे हैं, ताकि ये मराइल तय हो सके.
जी अदनान साहब, हम तो जीते हैं कि दुनिया में
जी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
Sir, your mic is mute.
जी अदनान साहब, आप आई नोटेड योर क्वेरी. ये जो आपने पेमेंट की बात की, डेफिनेटली इट इज़ अ प्रॉब्लम, लेकिन इस मामले में आई एम ऑलरेडी हियर और टिडाप हमारा हेल्प करेगा कि स्टेट बैंक को ज़रा बताएं कि ये जो रजिस्ट्रेशन की फ़ी है, हाउ कैन वी स्ट्रीमलाइन इट. एक बात तो ये है. दूसरी बात ये है कि मैं मैडम से ये रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, 2-3 चीज़ें. लेट्स बी प्रैक्टिकल. और आपके क्वेश्चन पे मैं आ रहा हूँ कि अभी हम क्या करेंगे कि जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं, जो पूरा रिपोर्ट है फार्मास्यूटिकल का लैंडस्केप क्या है, वो मैं मैडम के साथ शेयर कर लूंगा. मैडम मेरे साथ आप लोगों की ईमेल और कांटेक्ट शेयर कर लेगी. फिर हम एक ग्रुप बना लेंगे जिसमें ताहिर साहब और पाकिस्तान हाई कमीशन तंजानिया हो, मिस्टर मॉरिस हो. तो वहाँ के जो पेमेंट इश्यूज हैं या बाकी इश्यूज हैं, पेंडिंग इश्यूज हैं, जरा प्रैक्टिकल स्टेप हम उठाएं और हम इस मामलात को हल करें. और ये जो आपका पेमेंट का इशू है, रियली इट इज़ अ वेरी सीरियस इशू और इट्स ये स्टम्पिंग ब्लॉक है. तो इस पे हम बात कर लेते हैं कि हम आगे किस तरह से मतलब वी कैन डू दैट. आया अगर आप फॉर एग्जांपल वहाँ से पैसे जमा ना करें, मुझे भेज दे, या मैं आपके बिहाफ पे पैसे जमा कर दूँ, आप मुझे पाकिस्तान में दे दें, यानी जस्ट टू फैसिलिटेट यू पीपल. ओके, सो वी विल वर्क इट आउट कि किस तरह से ये पॉसिबल है.
जी शुक्रिया, ये बहुत जरूरी होगा, क्योंकि इससे बड़ी देखिएगा आप ये जो प्रोसेस है ना, जो ये काफी स्ट्रीमलाइन हो जाएगा और आसानी हो जाएगी हमारे यहाँ एक्सपोर्टर्स को. इंशाल्लाह. बहुत शुक्रिया. थैंक यू.
Is there someone who wants to ask the question, or shall we carry on with the presentation of Mr. Morris? Yes, Mr. Shahid.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity again. I would like to have some guideline on the registration of the products. That
Yes.
Is that from the same CGMP audit club, or is there some other document available?
The thing is, outside on the website, we have a pharmacy and poisons board Kenya website. If you go there, there's a window for foreign manufactured products. It will give you a clear guideline of what you need to submit. Are we together?
Okay.
What you need to submit.
Got it.
Yes. And like once you've paid, once the money has been paid, I'll chase it up for the company to be put into the system. Whether it has not been inspected, Once I put the receipt of payment into the system for GMP certification inspection waiting list, then you will be able to submit the dossiers. That's what I'm advising. Submit the dossier as fast as possible. So before even them coming to do inspection of the factory, at least your dossier will be aligned for what we call, there's an initial evaluation. They look at what you submitted before they are accepted for evaluation. So you get it.
Right.
This process takes some time because like I had some dossiers from India and they submitted, and most of some of the certificates that had submitted had already expired. They've not been updated in their system.
Right.
You get it. And those are the things that are really causing delays. But I've taken up myself on behalf of all manufacturers in Pakistan. I'll try to do my best to make sure that your products don't delay for long. I'll coordinate with me as much as possible. We were even thinking about creating an IT, getting some IT fellas with my company, that is Al Fajiri Pharmaceuticals, who we want to train to specialize in dossier loading. Because like the new system they've introduced, like I say, a dossier has to be submitted in a Word format.
Right.
So that it's easy. Yeah?
Coordination will be perfect if you give us your email address and of course telephone number so that we can disturb
It's
you
already,
at times.
I'll send my business card, but LD Khan has every detail.
Please check the chat box. The details of Mr. Morris and LD Khans have shared as well. You can take their information from the chat box too.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now another thing, let me just finish on the inspection. Somebody asked about how long does it take for the inspectors to come. You see, we cannot send an inspector to leave Kenya to go only and do inspection of one factory. At least because of travel restrictions, they are looking for between 5 and 10, up to 5 factories. An inspector will be sent out. Are we together on that?
Yes, we are.
Yes. So we are looking at if we can raise 5 factories, an inspector would be dispatched.
Very well noted,
But
sir.
when there's only application for GMP.
Sir, I will share the details of those potential companies with you who are willing you to visit their firms whenever you visit Pakistan. So hopefully not only 5, but hopefully you will be visited more than 10 to 15 companies in Karachi, in Lahore, and in Islamabad. So you may have information about the pharmaceutical companies of Pakistan and how they are manufacturing and how the production capacity they have. So we definitely
I have a bit of knowledge of, I've visited Pakistan twice.
Sir, I'm talking about your next visit.
Yeah.
So shall we proceed further?
Anybody else with a question?
Is there anyone who wants to ask the question? Sir, there is no one who wants to ask the question, so we may carry on.
Okay. Now, what do you want to say?
Ma'am, the first and foremost thing is that company inspection can be done only if they apply for the GMP. This is one thing. And second thing, we have some people, and they have already studied pharmacy in Pakistan, like Dr. Celia and Mr. Morris have also some people that if they want a local LTR, they can also approach us. We will be able to assist them even because having an LTR is the primary requisite to go for the GMP and other certifications. Thank you.
Is there someone who's, yes, Mr. Tahir?
About this forum, I just want to take an opportunity because so many people, they might be having the questions, they did not get the time. Okay, in Tanzania, the registration fee of pharmaceutical products. In Tanzania, the registration fee of pharmaceutical product is per SKU is $2,500. time you can keep approximately 18 months to 24 months. GMP fee is $6,000 for Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. And about GMP, we have already talked too much. As far as we'll come to GMP, there are 4 types of classifications: A, B, C, D. In A class, the products, those are falling as per the guideline, required only the notification with $100 notification fee. In A class, some of the products are required the registrations. So their registration fee is $500 related with IVD products and some other small items. B, C, D class, all 3 classes are having a fee of $2,500, where GMP audit fee is also mandatory.
Sir,
So I believe it is.
Can you please share this complete procedure and the fee document with us so we can share with the exporters? Or,
Sure, I will.
or is there any platform they can download it from?
Sure, I will share the information.
Thank you so much, sir. Is there someone who wants to ask the question? Yes, Mr. Zubair. You can unmute your mic.
Hi, this is Zubair from Parktech Industries, Gujranwala. Could you please tell me about the registration process for the medical devices, specifically like dressing, like IV sets, syringes, cannula? Is there specific process for every medical device or every class, or a single session is enough for the company?
Mr. Zubair, your question is to Mr. Tahir or Mr. Morris?
From Mr. Tahir.
Okay.
Thank you.
As per the guideline, I will share later on after the meeting the TMD guidelines for medical devices and pharmaceuticals with our respective people, so they can share with you all the guidelines, and accordingly you can look where your product is falling. The simplest way I can say that external devices are falling in class A. Any device, even cannula, which can penetrate inside the body, will fall under class B or C accordingly. So as per the classification, the requirement of the dossiers, fees, compliance, everything will be changed. So I will share the guidelines so you can look into it.
Right. Thank you so much, Tahir Sam. Yes, Mr. Adnan.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, once again. So yeah, मैं थोड़ा सा एक चीज बैकग्राउंड दे दूं इन मार्केट्स का, कीनिया, तंजानिया का.
Can you please speak in English so that we Adnan sir, can you please speak in your English?
Okay. Let me explain to all the participants about these markets dynamics. These markets are very attractive market, and it has lots of space still available. But the problem is that so many of our companies are penetrating with the generic products, which I believe is not a very smart idea, because they're already a very highly competitive market, Indian, Chinese, and so many other products. So my suggestion is that if the company has any specialized drug or any, the drug which is not there in any of these countries, that can do very well in these markets. So better if they go with these products in the market and make their strategies, their business plan according to this market demand. Like for example, the cancer products, like for example, anesthesia drugs, it has still had lots of potential available. So my suggestion would be to enter with these specialized drugs, and the companies can do very well, and they can generate a very good business turnover with these markets. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your suggestion, and please lower down your hand so we can see that is there another participant who wants to ask a question? Adnan sir, please lower down your hand. Thank you so much. So is there someone who wants to ask a question to Mr. Tahir or Mr. Morris? I think no one is there to ask a question. So Mr. Morris, over to you.
Thank you very much. And I believe this is the time to get back to business. And like the last speaker has just said, that there's a lot of competition. So we also have to look at the pricing. And prices comparatively actually will market your product in this country. What I've come to know about the sales, some people try to price up. And then, sorry, there's something that I had forgotten to mention. Company manufacturers, really, please, I want you to look at minimum quantity, because that is really scary most of interested importers. They say some companies are putting, what do we call them? They are putting minimum MOQs to up to about 10,000 packets. You cannot start that amount with the product in the market. I've dealt with a few companies like Vision, Global, Maxitech, and I told them to enter this market, you really have to be flexible with your MOQs. You don't expect to sell 10,000 packets of a product and it's just coming to the market. So really look at the MOQ, look at the pricing, and you'll be competitive. We can always get prices around the market if there's a product you want to introduce in the market. Is that okay?
Very right, sir. And sir, we want your cooperation as well, so that we want your complete cooperation and support for the Pakistani pharmaceutical companies to get them registered in Kenya, so they can easily export to the Kenyan and other markets of Africa. And we will be looking.
Actually, there's a lot of interest in Pakistan products.
Yes, that is. But there are so many restrictions in registration procedures. So we want you to support us and help us out so the companies can meet the GMP certification and the registration procedures of Kenya to get it entered in that market easily. Yes, Mr.
I am going to.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Allen, you want to ask the question?
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Dr. Alan Wambua Chalo from Pharmacy and Poisons Board and under the Ministry of Health. I'm here at the invitation of Imran Khan from the Pakistan Embassy in Nairobi, Kenya. And the reason I'm here is, and I like the discussion, and I can see your consultant, Morris, my friend, is guiding you well. So I will not get into that discussion already. I think this was your day together with him. For me, I had requested a different matter, and now that it has started being discussed, I thought maybe now I can chip in. And this is about pricing. This is about pricing about health products and technologies. As Imran Khan is aware, we have been looking forward to have a bilateral discussion with the department or the government institution in Pakistan that is concerned with price regulation of health products and technologies, so that we understand how they do it, so that we see what we can borrow. Because as a country, we are in the process, we are still thinking through how do we handle the issue of pricing of health products and technologies. We understand Pakistan as a way it does it, and we were looking forward that we can have that discussion largely as a Ministry of Health to see how that aspect can be rolled out in Kenya. So my request is, who do we reach out to and who can help us get in touch with the competent authority responsible for price control, price regulation, or price oversight of health product and technology in Pakistan?
And thank you, Mr. Allen. I want to request you if you can share your details with us in our chat box, so the exhibitors, so the exporters can get your details and get connected to you.
Thank you. I think I will give them to Khan, and then he can pass them over to.
No issues. LD Khan sir will provide it to me, and I will disseminate the information to all the exporters of pharmaceutical in Pakistan, and they will connect you directly as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your precious time and your introduction about the Ministry of Health in Nairobi, Kenya. Over to you, Morris sir.
I think, I don't know whether anybody else has a question.
Ask. Is there someone who wants to ask the question related to the pharmaceutical registration or the GMP certification, either in Tanzania or in Kenya? I think, sir, there is no any question because nobody has raised a hand till now. Yes, there are. There are two people. Yes, Mr. Sam, you can ask a question.
Can I ask?
Yes, you may.
Yep.
Hello, this is Seham from Indus Pharma. Sorry for the
Seham,
beginning.
sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to make it clear that please do mention that either you are going to ask the question to Mr. Morris or to Mr. Tahir. Please do mention.
Okay, Mr. Tahir, my question is for you. I want to ask you about renewal fees, renewal GMP fees in Tanzania.
The renewal fee in Tanzania for GMP is same $6,000. As you are going to submit the new file, the fee is same. And for renewal, renewal timing is after approving the plant, it is 3 years valid. After 3 years, you have to go for renewal, which is cost you $6,000 as official fee.
And at what span of time I'll be getting my renewal, like in same time as I'll get the first GMP?
Okay. Your question is actually would like to ask in different angles.
Okay.
One thing for the new GMP plant, if your request of GMP is submitted in TMDA first time and your products are also under registered, this is a different case because as your GMP will approve, then you get the product registration and start the business. Once the GMP is already complied with and you got the approval and your products are in market, when time comes for the renewal, you have to submit the fee. As you submit the fee, your business will not interrupt. When TMDA will schedule the visit, they will schedule and they will go for the visit, right? Okay. But after submission the fee, your business will not interrupt. For Indus, the Indus fee has submitted, I think 2 years ago. Due to COVID, they were not able to plan the visits, but the business is going on, right?
Yes, yes.
So it will not interrupt. They will consider the previous approval to give you the approval for the business and to import the products.
All right, it's clear. Thank you so much for your.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Ms. Seham. And please unmute your mic, Mrs. SSH, and you can ask the question. Please do mention either you want to ask the question to Mr. Morris or to Mr. Tahir.
Thank you so much. My question is again for Mr. Morris, and I'm speaking from Asian Continental. I just wanted to ask a few questions. Like he explained about, you know, the dossier submissions around the time of the inspection. Are you saying that we should like submit the dossier prior to that, prior your team visits us, or like around that time when your team is here? Like what's the time frame for that? And I have another question, like the fees that you mentioned for the inspection, which is like $4,000. Is it just for one production line or like multiple, or it covers the entire thing? Thank you.
Remember that. Okay. Sorry. Now, what I was saying, because so many companies are submitting dossier for evaluation or products for registration. And what the board is doing is first come, first service. Now, what I always suggest that if you have already paid the GMP and it has been accepted by the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, they will schedule inspection for your factory. So what helps to submit dossiers in advance is while we are waiting for inspection to be held, at least your products are moving up the ladder on evaluation. So then it takes a lot of time. That waiting until when everybody else has, until all the GMP has been done is when you submit.
Okay.
Do you get me?
Yeah, I do get you, but I have another questions like about the like, let's say you visit us in October, you conduct the inspection. So what's the window? What's the time period and like getting your approval?
Getting the approval for the factory or the approval for the drugs?
For
the factory, for the production plant.
For the production, it takes,
Yeah.
I mean, some inspectors are very fast, so it will take about probably 1 or 2 months to get your certificate. But in most cases, before the inspector leaves, he would have given you a hint.
okay,
Yes.
makes sense.
Thank you, Mr. Morris.
Thank you so much. And Mr. Tahir, I will take your last question for the session so that we can move towards the concluding remarks. So Mr. Tahir, unmute your mic and ask the question, and do mention that your question is for whom.
Okay, it is not the question, it is the further explanation which Mr. Morris was
Sorry,
answering.
I'm sorry.
Tanzania, yeah, for Tanzania, I can even extend further for GMP. For Tanzania especially, I believe in Kenya, the regulatory, the guideline is same. You know, what happens when people are coming to us from a pharmaceutical, they are saying that this is our side master file. We are going to pay $6,000 and we have 3 or 4 different kind of lines: solid dosage, liquid, injectable, topical, TMD is going to visit all in $6,000. So please be clear in a way. Suppose if you have additional line will be charged as a $1,500. Yeah, in condition, if additional line is within the premises of your factory and any of the facility like even warehousing is shared in between 2 lines, then it can be considered as additional line. If your other line is far or the wall boundaries are changed or next area or next city, it will consider as a new GMP unit. Right? If any inspector is coming in previously and with the paying of $6,000 fee and they were inspected your 2 or 3 lines, it was done in past. So don't be surprised if this time TMDA is going to ask that you have to submit $1,500 more for additional line. Right? So this is the criteria which always lead the confusions to our manufacturers in Pakistan. So I said, as Mr. Morris is answering the question, so I can even further extend for the understanding of our people.
Very right. Thank you so much, Tahir sir, for such a useful information. Yes, Mrs. Asian Continental, you want to ask question?
Yeah, thank you again. I just wanted to ask again, like we are in the expansion phase as of right now. So can we still prepare the dossier and, you know, like submit it before the inspection, like before it's like happening? Because we are on our way.
Your question is for Mr. Tahir?
Both of them, for Dr. Morris and Dr. Sorry, Tahir.
Can you come up again, because I'm losing you.
I am saying.
Ask your question again.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear about this one thing, that we are still in the expansion phase as of right now. So can we still apply for our products before, like, you know, this thing takes place, you know?
I'm not getting your question. I don't know whether my line is not
Can
very clear.
I explain, Mr. Morris, her question, can I explain? And SSH, you can even second if I can explain well.
Okay, please do that.
She is asking if any manufacturing facility is in the further development and the products which we want to get registered are from, or product, single product or many products are from the same line, which is still not ready. So can we still apply for the product registration or we cannot? Is it right?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Dr. Morris, can I answer? Then you can even further.
You answer that. I think we still have the same common ground like in Tanzania.
Yes. Okay. What is there? The facility which is still under development, you can apply from the same facility as a new product registration. However, your dossier is complete, you will submit with the proper fee. What TMDA will do, they will start evaluating your product with the other aspects, your APIs, your safety profile, and each and everything. Once their administrative work will complete, your product will be held until your plant or your particular line will not inspect and approved. Right? Once that plant will be ready for inspection, it will inspect and approved, then your product from the same plant manufacturing unit will be registered for the importation in Tanzania.
The same issue applies to Kenya.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. This is really helpful.
Sir, now we will move towards our concluding remarks. We already have such a very nice session and informative, and I hope that all the exporters have sufficient information about the webinars and the information shared by Mr. Tahir and Mr. Morris. I will ask LD Khan Saab to share the details of complete procedures for the GMP and along for the GMP inspection team who are going to visit in Pakistan in the month of September or October. So I can disseminate the information among all the exporters. And at last, I definitely appreciate for the precious time of Mr. Tahir Muhammad and Mr. Morris, who gave us their precious time and discussed about the GMP certification and the registration procedures in Kenya and Tanzania. And I hope that we will have some more sessions and follow-up sessions on the same topic so that our exporters may have the fruitful information and they may get an entrance in that sufficient market. Thank you so much. And I would request Mr. Tahir or Morris to have their concluding remarks regarding the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for the invitation today. What I can say is most of you have got my contact details. You can contact me at your free time. Probably we can do personalized discussions on product interest and GMP and registrations. I'll try my level best to see that I cover for everybody. And probably this is the next schedule. There's something I wanted. Sorry, something I wanted to cover today, but it's just run out of my mind. I'll share with anybody over the email.
No issues, sir. I'll be waiting for your email. So whatever you want, you wanted to say, you can share with me via email.
I'll share with you. I'll tell you because I've got to run out of Nairobi. I'm going for another meeting in Nakuru.
No issues, no issues. So you're completely allowed. You're completely allowed to go.
Yeah.
Sir Tahir, I want you to please give us some concluding remarks on the session, please.
I would like to pay thanks to officials in Kenya and Tanzania from Pakistan embassies and other officials who have organized such an incredible session. And such sessions are very important for the understanding of the markets for our manufacturer. Being a Pakistani, I prefer to have our companies over here. Our businessmen, our products should flourish over here. And it is one of the big sign of pride for us. In terms of conclusion, I would like to say, to all our brothers, those are manufacturers over there, wherever you are going to develop your business relations, especially in East Africa, please make sure if their regulatory people are properly professional and they are able to to pursue your cases properly with TMDA. In previous era, people have they cheated and they were not even having the transparent information. On that basis, they got frustrated after even spending so much money. They were not able to get through with their registration. So it was, yes, it was happening. It was sometime happening with our, from our people and from other people. But wherever you are trying to develop your business relationship, in especially Tanzania, make sure their regulatory department can be professional and sufficient in a good way to reciprocate from both sides. On your behalf to with TMDA and from TMDA behalf to with you. One thing which is very important to understand, once the teams are going there to visit, whatever they will visit, whatever they will evaluate, they will give you the sheets which sheets they will even note down with the points. Once you are agreed, you sign. We can't do anything through the backdoor channel to dismiss your query. Suppose if your plant is falling under critical query, there are three kinds of queries: minor, major, and critical. In minor and major, you can address with the CAPA report. But once any single query fall under critical, the re-inspection is mandatory. It cannot going to be addressed with the CAPA report. So you guys have the plant, you have your all technical officials, TMDA guideline is coming to you. Please try and convince the people, TMDA officials, that they should not consider any sort of query in critical. Once the document has been signed from the both side and coming over here, later on manufacturers are pushing us to please do something for us. Our plant has fallen under a critical query. We can't do anything while the documents are signed between two parties. So it is your call. Your ground is there. Please convince the TMD officials or any Kenyan official, they should not consider your any sort of query in critical. Once they will convince, you will be fall under minor and major, which can be addressed by CAPA. But there are some major queries which can require even the re-inspection. But you try your level best to convince the inspectors over there. Number one. Number two, please review your dossiers with the reference of your previous registrations. Make the updates and then come for submission in Kenya or Tanzania, which can definitely speed up the process of registration, and it will not disappoint you. Third one, for Tanzania, the payment channels, the question was asked and I can even answer on the Tanzania behalf. The payment channels, it is depend on your agreement with your LTR. Sometimes you can make alignment with LTR, they can pay and you can pay back to them. This is in between you two parties. And if you have any sort of consultant, those are pursuing your case on your behalf in Tanzania, then you can directly pay to TMDA from Pakistan on the basis of raise the official receipt, official invoice. So I believe the State Bank can consider, because in previous time, it was highly considered and there was no like the problem in terms of transferring the payment. So both are fertile market. Please come up with, please have a little bit patience. Definitely when you are coming with new molecules, it required some time to grow up. So, you know, the Tanzania is one of the country which has the opening in East Africa. So market is big. Currently, the population of Tanzania is touching somewhere 60 million, which is a huge population. So opportunities are there.
Thank you so much, Daisa. That was such an informative information, and I hope all the exporters have noted down these points which Daisa has raised in this presentation and a few minutes before. And now at the last, I want to say thanks to all of the participants who gave us their time to attend the session, especially to Mr. Tahir and Mr. Morris and LD Khan Saab, who has arranged this meeting as fruitful session with the Kenyan counterparts and with the exporters of Pakistan pharmaceutical companies. And we hope that we will have different follow-up sessions on the same platform. And so we'll see you again. And thank you so much once again for having with us today. Thank you so much, and Allah Hafiz. Have a good day.